What's going on, everyone? King Majin here. I am back with another Xenoverse 2 video. In today's video, I'm going to be showing you how to use female Majins, what are their advantages versus disadvantages, unique attacks, as well as what kind of stats should you be setting up for female Majins. I'm also going to be showing you the 4 stamina breaks that female Majins have. So there's a lot to cover in this video. So to start things off, the advantages versus disadvantages. Female Majins have the fastest stamina recovery in the entire game. They're extremely quick. They also output a lot of damage. We're just going to try it on Super Saiyan Blue Goku here. See, he has green health, and now he has half a bar of health. So female Majins can actually do a lot of damage, and this character isn't even a max buff character, so strike damage isn't even as powerful as it could be. This is a hybrid build. This is my only hybrid build that I have of all my races. So she's not max buff or max skinny, is what I mean by that. Female Majins have the fastest stamina recovery, I think on the ground possibly too, or maybe that's female Herdlings. Regardless though, if your opponent manages to stamina break you, even if I have max stamina like you see on my character now, I will not die. It will not be enough to kill me. And unlike their male Majin brothers, if someone were to stamina break you and use an ultimate on you, you would not die. God, man, you just gotta love that damage. One of the biggest disadvantages for female Majins is the transformation purification that they have. They only have, Kaioken, which is useless. They have Potential Unleash, which is a good transformation, and then they have Purification, which is also a pretty terrible transformation, maybe the second worst in the entire game. Just because when your stamina is low and you're in Purification mode, you can pretty much be one-shotted and your stamina does not come back. But another advantage is that you can use unique abilities like Explosive Boo Boo Punch. Explosive Boo Boo Punch is really good for short-range fighters. So for fighting people up close, people that like to get behind you a whole lot, people like to spam the block button, Explosive Boo Boo Punch is really good for fighting those people, and I know there are a lot of those people in Xenoverse. I'm probably the only OP fighter you'll see in Xenoverse that doesn't ever use the block button. Don't ask me why. I'm just straight up offensive in every kind of fighting game. I'm all about offense. You think that might be a disadvantage, but I've gotten over 10,000 kills with this fighting strategy, so it works. It definitely works. It also helps me get better at combos by not always having to worry about defense all the time. But female Majins are probably the best offensive race there is, just because they're fast. They have the fast recovery if by some miracle they do become stamina broken, and unlike male Majins, when their stamina is low, I'm just going to put this on normal here so you can see. I'm going to have Goku just use an ultimate attack. Ordinarily, if I was a male Majin, this would kill me. But for my female Majin, let's see how much damage he can do. And you can see, so that's about a normal amount of damage. That's about what you would expect a Kamehameha ultimate to do on you. But if I was a male Majin, that would instantly kill me. That would have guaranteed killed me right there. So that's one thing I really like about female Majins. They have the fast recovery, they don't take damage when they're at low stamina, and they do a crap ton of damage. A lot of advantages there. Again, don't use Purification as your transformation. That's the only disadvantage that female Majins have, just because Purification turns you into a male Majin. You change genders, then you're pretty much asking to die. So don't ever use Purification. You also don't get stamina recovery. This is their triangle square combo. It's definitely the most adorable combo in the entire game. But last I checked, that combo does not work in online matches. That's another slight disadvantage. I really like that combo though. Unless Bandai finally decided to fix female Majin combos. I haven't actually checked for online matches, but I know before that combo I just did was the 5 light all heavy combo, and the triangle square combo did not work before. People would just either glitch out of it, or they would somehow get behind you, teleport behind you. The 5 light all heavy and the triangle square, the heavy light, heavy light, heavy light combo. Those did not work before, so yeah, female Majins are one of the funnest races to use in the entire game, for sure. Now, we are moving on to stamina breaks. We're going to start with the easiest stamina break first, one you might be familiar with. It is 5 light attacks followed by a stamina break. Looks just like that. This is a stamina break that works really well against tall characters. Not so much for tiny characters. If you're fighting a tiny Frieza race who's spamming the step dash button as fast as he can, there's a good chance he could get out of that. But if you're fighting a tall character like Goku or anyone even taller than Goku, the 5 light combo is a really good stamina break to get off. It's also the only one you can do if you start with square. So it works really well in the middle of the air. Also, if you're above or below the opponent, it'll also work better if I'm like just slightly below him. So that's the first stamina break. This is the second stamina break. All you have to do is rush the opponent, press square, triangle, square. That'll raise you to the ceiling, and then you follow that up with a stamina break. So let me. If you're just standing still, you have to start with triangle. So now I'm actually going to do the stamina break. There you go. So if you're standing still, start with triangle. If you're flying at the opponent, start with square. Keep in mind the stamina break only works if you're on the ceiling. It will not work if you're in the middle of the sky or on the ground. But this part right here where it raises the opponent up, he can be near the ceiling and it will still work. He just has to be somewhat close to it. Moving on to the third and best stamina break is the all-heavy stamina break. You can see how much damage I do with that as well. I do a lot of damage, and most people will not see that stamina break coming because most people have not seen that before. It's extremely quick. The dust is also in the air whenever you hit him down. You can see right there the dust is in the air, and you can get a quick stamina break off of that. Keep in mind you have to do a light stamina break because if you do a heavy stamina break, it just will not work at all. So just keep that in mind. Now the fourth stamina break is, say you mess up the triangle square combo, you can make up for it by doing this combo here. So we're going to start with the heavy light, heavy, and then a heavy stamina break. You really shouldn't have to use that unless you either 1, want to get more damage, 2, want to show off, or 3, you mess up the triangle square stamina break, the one that you do earlier. So that's a fourth option for you. So 4 different stamina breaks you can do with female Majins right there without having to use stamina. You could of course use the light combo and then use stamina, teleport them, but that's not a real stamina break, let's be real. That is the best stamina break right there because it puts dust in the air so your opponent can't see, and most of the time you're probably going to be fighting on the ground anyway. I mean, it depends on the kind of opponent you want to fight. You have a stamina break for the air, you have a stamina break for the ground now, and you have a stamina break for the middle of the air. So I would just recommend doing the triangle square triangle stamina break, the 5 light combo like I just did there if you're in the middle of the sky. If they're on the ground, do the all heavy. So 4 different stamina breaks you can use in any situation. Now, moving on to how you actually want to combat your opponents, you're going to be doing all heavy combos for the most part. You're not going to be doing all light combos like you do with, your precious Saiyans. You're not going to be doing the triangle square combos like people do with male Earthlings. You're going to mainly be doing all heavy combos. And that is because, 1, it does the most damage. 2, they can't glitch out of it. 3, it keeps the opponent in front of you. And 4... It keeps the opponent on the ground as well. See how much damage I did with just that combo? It keeps the opponent right in front of you, and your opponent's going to be using stamina anyway, so while your opponent has stamina, you just want to be doing as much damage as possible. The only time you're ever really going to be doing light attacks is whenever you dash to your opponent, so you know how step dashing is just a constant in most fights. If you step dash to your opponent, keep in mind it's the same thing as flying at full speed to your opponent, so you would have to start with square in that case. But then you can switch to the all-heavy combo immediately after 1 light attack. So to sum this video up for you guys, female Majins are absolutely amazing. Oi, shade Kim. Cats! Okay, so moving on. For her stats, there's a lot of ways you can divide the stats up. She works great as a Ki Blaster, works well as a Striker. Again, the one that I have is actually a hybrid build. If you had to choose between Strike and Ki Blast, I would for sure say Strike is way better than Ki Blaster for this type of fighter, because she has Explosive Boo Boo Punch, which one of the best skills in the entire game by far. You don't know it until you actually use it more. And you can see here I have 84 Ki. I'm actually going to be taking that off soon. The only reason I have that is because I wanted to have 5 bars of Ki whether I had a -5 Ki QQ Bang or not, you know, for Potential Unleashed and Time Skip Molotov, you know, any 5-bar ultimates. I don't have any stamina. Stamina's not really essential for female Majins, because if they get stamina broken, they, you know, they can get their stamina back just as quickly. You saw the build that I had maxed out stamina. All I have to do to get maxed out stamina is get power, a lot of power, and then a 5+ everything, or a 5+ stamina QQ Bang of some kind. The QQ Bangs are a lot better now, so I would not recommend putting as much into Ki as I did here. That's going to be completely going away. I'm going to put the rest of the points I have into basic attack and health once I get the Dragon Balls again, and I can change these stats up. I also might get rid of Ki Blast Super too and just make her a straight up Striker, because female Majins were made to be Strikers. They work for both. They work for as both Ki Blaster and Striker. I know you've seen them online, but for now, these are the stats that I have. Definitely put points in a Strike, and definitely put some into basic attack as well, because basic attacks work really well. You're only going to be doing heavy combos, so you're going to want to be dishing out as much damage as you can. If you look at the actual special moves here, let's just go to Strike. I guess I could just look at the skill used by. Okay, so here's one skill that only female Majins can do. I shouldn't say only female Majins, it looks like Namekians and male Majins can do it too. But it's a unique skill. And I think there's one more. Explosive Boo Boo Punch, here it is. This is the best Majin exclusive skill, for sure. Just because it works well in combos, and it does a lot of damage. If you've ever used Majin Buu, then you already know this. And it looks like that's all it. That's it for strikes. So let's go to Ki Blast. Oh, there they are. So Isle Bomber it does damage, but it's really easy to avoid. So the only time you're ever going to get this off is if you're fighting a noob or someone who just got careless. It's unblockable, which is great, and it is a really good skill overall, but again, it's really easy to avoid. People can see it coming from a mile away, and you might only get away with that once if you're lucky. The other unique skill for Majins is Majin Kamehameha. This does slightly more damage than the regular Kamehameha. Nothing really special here. In fact, I would say ×10 Kamehameha is a better choice than the Majin Kamehameha. But that's just me. If you really like the color of Majin Kamehameha, you really like to have like a pink Kamehameha, you like how that looks, then go with Majin Kamehameha. And I think that's it for Majin exclusive Ki Blasts. I really wish that they had Majin Buu's Cookie Beam as a special ability for Majins. And let's see, is there anything else? Oh, Quick Sleep, yeah. That's Kid Buu's move, heals you as long as you press that down. You can just add Purification to your build. A really good build that I have is the one with Zamasu Super Soul, so I can heal myself as soon as I get back up while my partner's fighting the opponent. So Boo Boo Ball, it's an okay evasive, and I think that's it. Wait, oh, Candy Beam. That's right, I forgot about Candy Beam. Candy Beam's also really easy to avoid. So really OP race. If you have any questions about how to use female Majins, please let me know in the comments section below. I'll try to answer you back as soon as possible, and I'll catch you in the next video. Peace.